Ladies, now that the men have tuned out, let's all meet for happy hour for my birthday. Honestly, birthdays only remind me that I'm getting older. Can we just go back in time? But I digress. Let me start with my anniversary speech. My 5th grade yearbook says that when I grow up, I want to be the first female NBA player. God, I wish that was a joke. Hey, I dream big. Really big. But I was serious about it. I practiced a lot. I developed a killer jumper shot. Check out that follow through. Swish. I couldn't wait to show off my killer jump shot. So the day finally came. I was going to be in my first junior high basketball game. I sat there and waited for the coach to call me in. And I waited. Finally got called in as a substitute during the last few seconds of the game. I jumped off of my seat. I ran onto the court. I caught the ball, and I panicked. I started jumping up and down. It's a good thing I was called for a foul before I traveled. At least I'd have a chance to show off my shot. I stepped up to the foul line. I released the ball. Please let that sink in. Oh, it was an air ball. I got laughed off the court by my uncle. He was the referee. How embarrassing. After the game, I went marching home. This is how I march. I slammed the door. Where were my business books? I was going to be the next Bill Gates. I'd show everyone. Someday. I eventually graduated from high school and I made it off the island. It was time to show everyone. I was in California now, living life in the fast lane. This is how I drive. Sunny skies, expense accounts, launch parties, 14-hour work days, traffic jams. Oh, working in the Silicon Valley just wasn't what I expected. All my great ideas were shot down left and right. People told me, you have to know the right people. I said, I know. That's why I joined the company. I thought you were the right people. So I quickly learned to play small. But at least I fit in. Besides, there was always happy hour. I lived for happy hour. Rob knows I'm known as the happy hour queen. Henry David Thoreau had a term for it. He called it quiet desperation. And I wasn't alone. 70% of the American workforce are not happy with their careers. That's a current statistic. Let that sink in. Then, one fateful Friday night, bam! I hit the pavement head first. I'm multi-talented. I did a somersault before I hit the pavement. I woke up in the hospital and talk about a rude awakening. I found out I had to have multiple surgeries for broken bones. I decided to use that time to catch up on reading. Harry Potter was all the rage at the moment. I always like to Google about the authors before I dive into reading. So I Googled J.K. Rowling. Was surprised to find out she was a female. And then I came across this quote. It is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you might as well have not lived at all. In which case, you fail by default. Wow. I laid back and I let that sink in. I made a promise to myself I wasn't going to waste another minute. This moment is all that matters. I used that time to get clear on my goals, and I realized my mission in life is for other people. I was put on earth to help others. It wasn't about being rich and famous like I had dreamed my whole life. And then I left the hospital, I kicked butt, and lived happily ever after. Now, where's my birthday cake? That's not how it happened. That's how I thought it would happen. But in reality, I stepped out into the world and I made mistake after mistake. I looked like a fool. And I still do that to this day. Only now I realize making mistakes is part of the process. For example, one time I was sitting outside my church waiting for the bus. And the church side entrance has a really steep ramp. One of the church members was pushing his dad up that ramp, but his dad's legs were so long that his feet were tripping him up. So he was just barely inching along. And he looked at me and smiled. And he said, "Patience is a virtue, right?" And he winked. And I said, "You wouldn't need patience if you would just turn him around and pull him up backwards." So he did, and he thanked me profusely. And then I had an epiphany. I realized I was able to help him because I once had that same problem. And I thought to myself, all of my life experiences, whether they're good or bad, can be used to help others. There's no need for any regrets. And I want you to know that even though you're just starting out, you will eventually learn your skills well enough to teach other people, but it's uncomfortable in the meantime. And I want you to know you're not doing anyone any favors by playing small. It's your time to shine. And as you step towards success, you can bring others with you. And you, my friend, you don't have to worry about never reaching your destiny, because it really is all about the process. This moment is all that matters. I know all of this because of my past experience. Do you see how it works? I have 3 points. Pay attention and take sharp notes like Mike Levine's trying to teach us. Number 1, you will fail. The difference is you're either going to fall forward and learn from your mistakes as you make progress, or you're going to fail by default as you watch from the sidelines. The second point is you'll have the passion to reach your goals when you find your mission in life. And when you find that mission in life, it will affect others. The third point is someday never comes. Today is the day. This moment is all that matters. Happy birthday to me.